In flattening the curve, we've bulldozed almost every freedom we've ever had. But Peter Collignon thinks some of the social restrictions make no scientific sense and should be wound back.
Now stop there. You never hear that on American television, ever. Civil liberties, liberty, some of these restrictions should be wound back. Where are the cameras and the news reporters in the street showing the American people one business after another that it can in fact mitigate and remain open, employ people and do business? That's right. Why don't they show those businesses? There's a local bagel place I go to, the guy's got it all figured out. There's the supermarket I go to, they've got it all figured out. You can do a drive-through at a McDonald's and so forth. They have it figured out. Costco, Walmart, they all have it figured out. They're all doing a tremendous job. Why not present programming like that, which would also give other businesses ideas, and so our government knows that it can be done, there can be a balance. Instead, it's, I can't believe Trump's going to open the economy. First of all, Trump can't open the economy. The governors have to open the economy. They're the ones with their feet on the throat of the various businesses. And I can understand stadiums with 50,000 people, that's going to be a lot slower to open. I got it. 7-Eleven, they're open. Food stores, and so forth. Things can be done in a lot of our economy, in a lot of our states, in a lot of the geographic areas. But our media, so hateful to Trump, so driven by fundamental transformation. They want centralized government. They want an all-powerful president. They want Trump to be the one to pave these roads this way and then push him out and get in a Biden, a figurehead, who will surround himself with activists. Go ahead.
If we look what's happening now, you know, you can't sit on a park bench without being fined. You can't go for a drive in your car with people who live in your same household. I mean, how are they going to transmit infections to others?
So let me just get this right. So you, as an infectious diseases specialist, you're saying going to the beach, sunbathing, or sitting on a park bench, enjoying the open air sunshine, there's nothing really to suggest that these things are putting other people in jeopardy, as long as you're still maintaining social distance.
What we believe, quite rightly, is this spreads by droplets and by hand contact. Now, if you're outside in the sunshine, and sunshine itself is a sterilising agent, I would think if you keep your 2-metre rule, you'll be safer there than inside, where the virus will persist for longer. Providing you're maintaining your social distance and minimising the people you're having close contact with, I can't see how that is going to transmit much infection.
It was a silent explosion that just ripples through society with the same randomness, the same evil that we saw on 9/11.
Given what's happening in the US and in Europe, we understand now what's at stake. But like everything in this crisis, it's a balancing act that gets all the more perilous the longer it drags on.
I think I've been around the block long enough to know that this can be for a moment in time, and ultimately we'll have to expect some people will say, look, I've had enough of this.
But that's the key, isn't it?
Look, it is the key, and this is where I think we're in an emergency. So this is extraordinary, and the measures we have to take are dealing with an extraordinary situation. But for how long, I think is central to the question. I can't give you a definitive answer. It'll be based on what the doctors tell us.
At some point, there's a tipping point. At some point, we actually need to say, this is enough. If we go further, we're actually going to damage the economy more than the few extra people we're going to save. This makes people feel very, very uncomfortable because you feel like we should save everyone, but we never do. In a society, we always make trade-offs.
So global warming is real, and it's a problem.
Danish political scientist Dr. Bjorn Lomborg is a globally recognised economist and big thinker who's turned his expertise to the coronavirus conundrum.
You know, in Australia, the speed limit is 110 kilometres an hour. If you want to save everyone who dies in traffic, you should just take it down to 5 kilometres an hour. Nobody would die. But of course, the point is you don't want to do that because it also has huge social ramifications. We should do a lot for corona, but we shouldn't do everything. Just like we should have speed limits, but we shouldn't have speed limits down to 5 kilometres an hour.
Dr. Lomborg reckons going too hard on lockdown is a strategy that will come back to bite us in the long run. The middle ground, he believes, means opening society up and accepting more coronavirus deaths in the short term.
Now let's stop there. See, our media is prepared for that. I'm telling you now as a matter of logic that when we open up some areas of our economy, and the more we open up, even outside the hot areas, more people are going to pass away. Because this isn't the sort of thing you can just put in a bottle. More people are going to pass away. That is the nature of the original decisions, where everybody's treated like the bubble boy. And so the virus doesn't spread, they call it herd immunity, through the communities and through the populations that for the most part can handle it. Rather than segregating the elderly, segregating people with the multiple, they call them comorbidities and so forth, rather than segregating them and treating them the way we're treating everybody now, and then letting the rest of the economy with certain mitigation. I stress that can be done. Continue. What's happened here is you're going to have a population, a significant population, that hasn't been exposed. So they're going to be exposed. And you can't be absolutely certain that everybody is exposed is going to survive, even though you can be certain it's going to be in the 99% ballpark, because that's what the actual data shows. Forget about models, that's what the actual data shows. And the media are poised. If one additional human being passes away as a result of opening the economy from the virus, they're going to blame the president. Now, they're not going to blame the president if more people have died from cancer and heart disease and all the rest of it as a result of a poor economy. Therefore, they don't want to spend the money to go to the doctor, or they don't want to go to the emergency room because they're afraid they'll get the virus, or we're told elective surgery should be put off. The casualties as a result of those scientific public health decisions aren't even being calculated right now. So we don't have fair information to judge that and to make decisions. But anybody that passes away as a result of the coronavirus, and anybody who passes away as a result of something else but has the coronavirus, they're trying to tag the president with this. It's absolutely disgusting.